There's over 1,000 videos about how to become a content creator coming out every single day on YouTube. And it's fair to say that I've watched a lot of those YouTube videos. But with these videos, there's only 6 rules that come out that I want to share with you. I've always looked at some YouTube creators that are almost godly. They were bringing in hundreds, thousands, millions of views, and I was a very shy person. I still am the quiet person. If you see me in a group setting, I'm going to be the quiet one. But those people were able to put themselves out there and create content that was interesting and that were able to gather people. So to me, that was almost godly. What I didn't expect was these strategies, these 6 points, were able to bring me from getting 5 views in 2 months to getting 100 views in an hour. And I'm going to share these strategies with you right now. The first thing that you need to understand is who do you want to share? The first thing that you want to understand is who do you want your videos to appeal to? And if you're saying everyone, it just doesn't work. For me, these videos are made for people who are over 30 that want to create YouTube businesses, not just grow on YouTube, which is an essential part of it, which is what I'm doing right now, but also want to bring up and make a business of it later on as they grow. So that is my niche. Now, if you're under 30 and you're watching these videos, then great. I welcome you and thank you for being here. But that's not the target audience. My target audience, as I said, people over 30 who are trying to build a YouTube business or create a business. That's the people that I'm interested in. So if you know these strategies, if you know who you want to appeal to, it's going to be much easier to know which videos to create. Because when you do your research, you're going to look at things and find some videos that are maybe doing very well. And if I find a video that's going to be 10 ways to grow on YouTube as a teenager, I'm not going to make that video because it just doesn't appeal to me. It's not my core audience. Even though that video might be doing well, it won't work for me. So knowing your strategies, knowing who you want to talk to and who you want to appeal to, it has to be one person. Have that person in mind when you're creating your videos. That will help you a lot because having your audience be a lot smaller is actually going to bring in more views and be better with that. The next thing might sound obvious, but there's so many people that just don't do it, and that is post. Post a video. You see, when I make YouTube videos, I just have 3 videos that need to come out. But I see so many people that are on the fence that say, I want to start a YouTube channel. I'm going to have this subject. I'm interested in that. I want to talk about that. But yet they don't go through it because it's very hard. I remember when I made my very first video, it was extremely difficult for me to speak. As I said, I'm the quiet one. So when I turned on my camera, I was extremely uncomfortable. I tried to talk, but no words were coming out, and I made a 20-second video probably. In those 20 seconds, it was a lot of ums and silence, but I ended up posting that video. That video got almost 0 views. I think it got 0 views. It was on another channel, so you won't be able to find it. And I realized that it doesn't matter. I just posted that video, nothing happened, I didn't explode, I didn't, nothing crazy happened. Nobody laughed at me, nobody even saw the video, so it didn't matter. And then I posted more videos because it was a lot easier. So posting is going to be hard, especially the first video, and then you have to stay consistent. So even though it might be very simple or it sounds very simple and it sounds obvious, you just need to post. And if you haven't posted your first video, please post your very first YouTube video, and you will realize that nothing's going to happen, and it's only going to get better from there. The next one is don't copy just be you. And I want to say that with a caveat, because you do need to understand that videos work for a reason. There's videos that are getting a lot of views that you can create and recreate and basically copy. But I don't want you to copy those videos. I want you to take those videos, take what you want from them, and have some interesting points to make, but have your own points to make. Not only that, but be yourself, because you don't want to be another creator. There's so many Mr. Beasts out there, but the only one that's having success is Mr. Beast. So you don't want to be those people. You want to be you. You want to create authentic content, and that's something that I always talk about on this channel is be authentic. If you're being yourself, if you're trying to be yourself, if you're talking to somebody that maybe you want to have a photo on your camera or on your phone, whatever you're filming with, and talk to your best friend. That's going to be some advice that if you talk to your best friend, then it's going to be a lot easier. You're going to be able to be yourself. That's something that's extremely important on YouTube, because as soon as you try to copy someone that you look up to, that you're inspired by, it's good to be inspired, but don't talk the way they talk. Talk the way you talk to your friends, to your family, and that's going to be a lot easier for you. You're going to feel less tired, it's going to be more fun, and people on the other side of the camera will feel like you're talking to them really and not being a robot. Now, when I first started making YouTube videos, I started making titles and thumbnails, which you do have to do. And I thought that my title had something interesting, so I wanted to make it even more intriguing by having the same kind of idea and just putting more of that in the thumbnail. Putting the same idea in the thumbnail. But that just doesn't work, because it's not, you want to hit people with different angles. You want to complement if people are talking. And I saw this video, in fact, yesterday, and it was this girl that was thinking of doing a thumbnail that was, I read X amount of books and this happened, or something like that. And in the thumbnail, she wanted to have those books in the thumbnail. But the people that were working with her were showing that, in fact, she was showing the books in her thumbnail. So either she was deleting that thumbnail and starting something different, or she was going to change the way that she was putting text or saying that she read books, because it was already in the thumbnail. They decided that it was a lot better to show people it was very clear that she was reading those books in the thumbnail. So they took it out of the title. And that's something that's you always need to keep in mind, is don't put your thumbnails and your title do the same thing. And you can use ChatGPT. I do this in every single one of my videos. I asked it to give me 40 different ways to put text on my thumbnails or different idea. I say this video is going to be about this, the title is this, give me 40 ideas that I can put on the thumbnail. It needs to be at most 3 words, and that's it. And it just complements. And if it gives you something that's very close to the title, say I don't want to have something too close to the title, and it's going to give you some other examples. That's the way I do it, but at least don't put the same things in your title and in your thumbnail. The first 7 seconds of your video need to be confirming the click. And this is something that all top creators are talking about. It's been in some Mr. Beast interviews, it's been everywhere. The 7 seconds need to confirm that you're in the right place. So if your thumbnail or your title is going to be something like 7 steps to lose weight, then you're going to say something at the beginning of your video. Say, I lost 7 kilograms with those 7 ideas. Something like that. That was just on top of my head, but you get the point. That confirms the thumbnail. You clicked on your thumbnail to have 7 steps to lose weight. The first sentence is going to be someone that's losing weight. If you've been reading books like this woman, the first thing that you see is, I read these books, and you have those books. It just confirms the thumbnail. The next 20 seconds is going to be establishing the video, saying the things that are going to feature in the video, but not reveal them completely, because that's going to be, people are quitting after that. Okay, thank you, I've read that, I'm off to somewhere else. But if you click on that and it gives you some intrigue, and you're saying, I've got some 7 steps, this step really helped me, that's going to help the video. Then you're going to talk about why it's important to you, because that video needs to be important to you, why it changed something for you, because that's going to give people some interest. And then after that, you're just going to open another loop, because if people don't have any more questions, they're leaving the video. But if they do have some questions, then they're staying on that video. So you need to open another loop. There needs to be a big question that's going to be answered at the end of this video. So let me know if this helped me, if it helped you in the comments. I really appreciate every single comment. This is a very small channel, so I don't get very many of them. So if you can just leave me a like, it doesn't cost anything. Leave me a comment. I'd be hugely appreciative about that. With that said, YouTube thinks that you should watch that video, so maybe watch it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.